Let's get a nice big explosion, maybe a little shrapnel going. Maybe a lot of shrapnel.
And we're live. By an explosive in the way that like an upside down barrel is. That's what I'm headed at. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's got the little
yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah. And I don't know where the explosives were placed either. That matters. You know, if he put them on the seat of the thing, he'd been fine. But I think he put them under it or something, like maybe down by where the blades are. I don't know that a blade hit him or whatever, but something hit him hard enough to cut his goddamn leg off, which is just awful. You know, it's the worst thing that happened. And you know, and he didn't make any money. You know, when I was blowing shit up.
A lot of money having to get his leg stump fixed.
Yeah, I was blowing shit up and getting paid to do it. You know, like this guy's just like, this will be fun. Like there's no way. Like in my spare time when I wasn't making of it, I wasn't doing stupid shit like this. I never would. That's crazy. But no, somebody has to pay you to do something this stupid. He volunteered.
Watching shit like that, it's like to permanently lower your quality of life by such a huge amount. It's not like losing your leg in a war where it's like, well, yeah, I was out there and I got, my leg got shot off, but I was in war and that's what happens. You know, they still respect that shit, you know? It's like you were wounded. He doesn't even have a cool story. The rest of his life, anytime someone brings it up, he's gonna have to explain, well, I was being a dumbass and was standing 16 yards from a lawnmower that I was blowing up. He has to look down at that stump or his super expensive leg every day, and he just probably wants to punch himself in the face. God, I would not fuck around with explosives like that.
Yeah, that's stupid. Like if you're doing it for fun, you get way back, you get something between you and the target, and you don't place them in something like that. Like I've shot targets that are dangerous like that, but always from a long distance away. Like if we're doing it for fun, and we don't, and the camera shot isn't important or whatever. Like we've blown up toilets. That's incredibly dangerous. Ceramic.
You were a foot away from sharing a leg with that guy.
Yeah, maybe potentially. Yeah, it'd been worth it.
It absolutely wouldn't.
Dude, I'd have gotten a peg leg gun. You know how badass that would be if my gun shot bullets. Please.
If your leg shot bullets.
Yeah, I would have a peg leg, and I'd pull my leg up, and it'd be like
the shotgun. Yes.
yeah. I'd have a pump action fucking peg leg or something. You know, it'd be integrally suppressed.
I mean, there are worse ideas.
I'm Googling to find out what happened to this guy's leg. Because I want to find one that's from 2 years later or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They're talking about you, Kyle. Like somehow you're at fault for this. People.
Of course.
YouTuber FPS Russia is what we like to call here at CNN a bad influence. What's he doing to your children? Up next after 90 seconds of commercials.
Yeah. Maybe don't copy the professional Russian with the tank. You never know. He might have an ambulance and a crew of 15 behind him.
He may. But who knows? He never showed that on camera. So I assume it's just a couple of bumpkins from around the area who showed up and are yucking, as they watch the whole thing go down.
Now that happens sometimes too. The bumpkins like to show up and yuck.
You ain't been here before? This is my friend Lamar's boy.
I totally went down. There's bumpkins all over the country that would show up for that shit. There was some in New Mexico that showed up and got rather close to an explosion we did with a tank one time for no apparent reason. You couldn't warn them off. We're like, look, we're about to do this thing, and we don't have any authority to send you away. But that 88 millimeter anti-tank gun is about to go off, and that hut over there is gonna vaporize, and the vapor's coming at you, and they're just like, do it. Yeah, they're just like, do it. It's like, all right, I'm gonna be in a tank. I don't care.
Man, yeah, I mean, it would have been fun to watch if I were around. I would have watched from probably 30% farther away than you were at the very least.
Yeah,
because I wouldn't want to get fucked.
Yeah.
That would suck. High risk, no reward. The way this guy lives his life.
Absolutely. Yeah. That was foolish. And I don't understand. I don't know. He should have just been farther away from the damn thing, And you could see what happened. Like he missed it a few times, and then he got frustrated and like stepped closer to it or tried to get like a different angle on it. Like he should have slowed down and be like, you know what? Wait a minute. Instead of getting closer, maybe we should get farther away. This is retarded. I would never.
Couldn't he have like stood partially behind a tree or something?
Yeah, anything.
Right? Because he's like right in the middle of that path, like he's Rambo. Like,
Yeah.
go behind a large tree, or just go further away, or just go home, finish your GED, and start contributing.
Oh,
You know,
man.
bet Burger King didn't take him back after this. He can't be a sous chef there anymore.
Oh, he lost his leg, Taylor.
Yeah, I know that Burger King don't play no shit. They got to get you in and out.
An equal.
He can't be clicking and clacking back there with his, you know, fucking the Paralympics foot. Always taking a little, always shoulders bouncing up and down.
It
I
looks
saw,
like he lost his leg below the knee. I'm not finding anything that says otherwise.
Yeah.
And he used 3 pounds of tannerite.
How much did you use for that explosion that it almost knocked your leg off?
But 15 pounds.
How many yards were you away?
I don't know. Like whatever framed the camera up right. I didn't really count. It was all, it was about making the shot look good. Not about safety at all. I was like, oh, is that framed well? Yeah, you got me, and then just to the side the truck. Looks good. This is our range.
This is our range.
No, I would guess.
I remember it wasn't that far.
40 yards. I would say 40 if I had to guess. 45 maybe, something like that.
Well, yeah, I guess you were shooting a larger object as well, so it's gonna look.
Yeah, a lot more pieces to things to fly. Yeah.
Did you have like a come to Jesus moment at all right after that, where you were like, "This could have been the end of Kyle"?
No. It's. I don't feel like I can talk about this without sounding like I'm being some sort of fake tough guy or something like that. But no, it never bothered me. I enjoyed it. Honestly, it was thrilling. It was fun. I'd had plenty of shit fly back at me. I've had bullets come back and hit me in the chest and stuff. And bullets come back and hit me in the mouth and stuff and draw blood. We had a piece of refrigerators come back. I foolishly, kind of think I'm immortal and that I can't be harmed. I'm pretty sure that
Like Morgan from Walking Dead.
Exactly like that. I'm pretty sure I could close my eyes and walk through like a room full of buzzsaws and I'd be just fine. I'm just shit never hits me. Hard.
I mean, see, I remember having that mentality when I was 6.
Mm-hmm.
Where you're like, my mom would be like, "Hey, that Thompson boy up the street, he drowned last night," and I'm like, "Yeah, I can't drown though because I see through my eyes. Everyone else is just an actor in my reality." Like,
yeah.
And then like, a couple of years later, when you kind of realize, your consciousness, you're like, "Oh shit, I could have been a Thompson boy." Like maybe the lifeguard let him, flounder a little too long so he could live his dream of saving someone. Who's to say?
They do that sometimes.
They do. They're a selfish bunch, lifeguards.
Yeah. And there's also a small possibility, I believe, that I'm actually in some sort of matrix, and I'm the only person here that's actually a person, and the rest of you are just, bots and non-playable characters.
That's not true.
Just NPCs.
Yeah, you wouldn't know though. You're programmed to be a Woody bot.
That's true. I'm not real.
To mispronounce names and abuse waitstaff, like that's just what you're programmed to do. We don't blame you for it. That's what the maker programmed you to do.
That was a glitch in the Matrix. Is Woody's name recognition? The programs are trying to fix it.
Yeah, and there's a possibility that that's the case. That this is not necessarily the Matrix, because it would be a little silly if they were like, "We're going to put a movie in the Matrix." Guess what I called it? The Matrix.
Yeah,
that's literally what we're doing to them. They're gonna love it. They're gonna love it.
Only the first one though. The second two they won't love.
Yeah.
And you know what? They're saying it's unrealistic. Like that kind of shit. Like
they don't think a human body can generate enough power to make this all worthwhile. The fools.
The fools. Why wouldn't they just use cows or something easier to handle? They said no. I don't know the human spirit actually exists. Jesus was right. We've hidden it from them. Yeah.
Let's blow some shit up. That wasn't safe. Get a nice big explosion, maybe a little shrapnel going. Maybe a lot of shrapnel. This does not seem safe at all.